guys, before you start, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and if you enjoy this kind of content, hit us with a like, subscribe for more stuff like it, and just enjoy. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Canadian Saitama here, Morituri Esports, and I'm going to keep you on the top of your game. I'll be teaching you all about how to game healthy and effectively, leading to performance improvements in all areas of your life. First off, I want you guys to know a little bit more about me. You see, I've always been a gamer, and my earliest memories are of me playing video games, playing sports, and eating really good food because, I might mention I am Italian. My interests in these areas have never really died down as I got older, which is why I spend my time learning new things about fitness and nutrition. Yet, I never thought I would have seen such an improvement in my gaming because of it. Although I have never played competitive esports, I believe that the knowledge I've gained over the years to be of benefit to anyone looking to improve their health through nutrition advice, fitness through exercise science, and gaming performance through cognitive function improvements by making changes in the previous two areas. I'm looking to cover all topics related to health and fitness to keep your mind and body effectively working towards your goals, whether they be health, fitness, or gaming related. I will be covering different methods of eating, training, and pairing those methods for optimal performance. I'm also hoping to debunk some of the things that you might hear from friends, family, peers that may be discouraging for you trying out these new diets, exercising programs, or pursuing a career in esports because you don't have to be a pro gamer. In this video, I'm going to be talking about consistency, and while not directly related to gaming, fitness, or nutrition, it does play and will play a major role in every single part of your life. I'll be covering, quite literally, what consistency is, and then giving it a little bit more life so that it makes sense. Finally, I'll be covering how consistency really does affect every single part of your life, and then get into how it can benefit you in your gym and gaming sessions. Now, what is consistency? Consistency is a noun that is defined as consistent behavior or treatment, and additionally as the quality of achieving a level of performance which does not vary greatly in quality over time. Its Latin origin is from the 16th century, beginning with the word consistentia, meaning permanence of form or standing firm. For you, this might mean in the next month, I will complete 3 4-hour sessions of Call of Duty multiplayer and achieve a 1.87 kill-death ratio for that month. Also, I will run 30 minutes a day, 4 times a week, and lose 5 pounds after having done that for 2 months. Now lastly, I will stick to my diet for these 2 months, along with eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. These are just some examples about how consistency pertains to your fitness, gaming, nutrition, and health-related goals. Here's a few examples for you. So, for gaming, you might have a range of about 1.0 kill death and 3.0 kill death ratio over the course of 10 games or so. Now, working to consistently meet a 2.0 kill death ratio is a realistic and achievable goal, which will lead to you improving your overall gameplay, as it will cause you to develop a consistent style of play that works for you, one that will have allowed you to improve your game overall. See, when you are consistent with your approach, finding variables to improve is a much easier process and will show progressive growth in your ability over the long haul. In nutrition, I'll see this a lot. People want to get fit for an event or some sort, and they'll work really hard and make every sacrifice in the world to get there, only to fall short by quitting or going back to the old habits once they've reached their goals. See, with consistency, you can make less drastic changes and still see noticeable improvements to your health and well-being. Making one change and sticking to that until it becomes routine, and making minor changes when appropriate will always yield better results long-term and will allow you to consistently follow a healthier routine even if the routine sees minor adjustments. Now, the changes made by the person in the first example become very realistic when planned progressively over the course of a year rather than a month, and the person in the second example will be able to consistently adhere to those changes without the feelings of sacrifice and deprivation that ultimately cause people to fall off the wagon in the first place. Fitness has a similar problem. Now, I'll see people that want the results of those in magazines, people who have dedicated their entire lives to it, mind you, over the course of a few months. They do this by going gung-ho in whatever style of exercise that they choose, and they'll burn out in as little as a month or later, and perhaps even sustain injury due to diminishing returns and the lack of knowledge gained by years of practice and research. Picking a simple yet effective beginner plan and sticking to it exactly for the designated duration will help you to remain consistent through more difficult routines and give you easier workouts for those days that you do need a deload. And it'll prepare your body for progressively more difficult exercises that have higher volume and resistance. Consistency in your day-to-day life is a big one too. And this is as simple as following a daily routine or dedicating specific leisure, work, and or school days, or even just little periods during the day, so that everything is balanced. Now, this will differ for everyone, but it is very important that whatever works for you and for your schedule, you stick to it, and you don't stray from it unless there are unforeseen circumstances, because that happens. Now, the good thing is that when those things do happen, and they will, if you had been consistent with your routines in the past, you'll be able to get right back into routine, and you'll actually be relieved to do so because, we are creatures of habit after all. At work, if you give an all-out effort for half of the week and then slack off for the rest of it, you'll be seen as a slacker. And especially if you were to compare how the others view the person who is consistently mediocre. This is because people usually remember negative events over positive ones when it comes to work. And you'll know if you've ever made a big mistake starting out at your job, and you'll know that it follows you for years. You see, there's nothing wrong with working hard, and I definitely encourage it. However, just don't push yourself too hard if you can't keep up the pace. As time goes on, you'll get better at the job, and you'll figure out new and more efficient ways to do things. For school, studying consistently will help the majority of people with the retention of information when it comes time for the test, as opposed to those who spend one day cramming, the day or the week before the big day. Now, there are exceptions to this rule, but you kind of get the idea. If you take the time to understand how long before you tire of a topic and check out mentally, then only dedicate that much time each day to the topic, and either switch to another one or take a break entirely. If you do that every day consistently, I promise that when the test comes, you'll be glad that you took the time for an effective learning approach, the approach of consistency. So, I say consistency way too much in this video, but I just really wanted to drill it in your heads. So, I'll be making other videos covering the topics of fitness and nutrition directly and their effect on gaming performance. However, I really wanted to cover this topic as I'm a huge promoter of the holistic approach and improving the entire person, which is what consistency does. And you'll see by the examples I've provided that there isn't a facet of your life that will be unaffected by remaining consistent in what you do and making improvements as your goals progress with your proficiency. During my time working at a local supplement store, I met a man that said something to me I will never forget. I'll quote it for you here in a minute. This is one of those people that have dedicated their entire lives to fitness, and he definitely looked the part. Having competed and won a few shows, along with holding a master's degree in kinesiology, his advice was definitely worth heeding, and so I asked him, how have you managed to get to this point? Now, I might also mention he was working full-time and owned his own business during all of this. What he said to me was, the only thing separating me and everyone else trying to be successful is remaining consistent. Now that quote has stuck with me for years. I hope it serves you well as it has me. Lastly, I want to thank Morituri Esports for bringing me on board and allowing me to share my passion with you guys. And I hope that we can go on a journey together that leads each and every one of you to a healthier and improved version of yourselves. If you enjoyed this video and you wanted to see similar stuff, then give us a like. If not, shoot me a comment, because I would love to hear what kind of content you guys are interested in learning about. Till next time, ask more from your mind, body, and spirit. And don't forget to subscribe.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Awesome, I'm impressed. Man, how do you do this shit right here? And you knew he was there, and you gave him the job.